Conversations of consequence. Financial literacy. There's more to Girl Scout cookies than what's in the box. Selling cookies teaches girls sound financial skills that will last a lifetime. Goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. All essential aspects to leadership, success, and life. Recently, Rhode Island General Treasurer Gina M. Raimondo sat down with 4 Girl Scouts from our council to discuss financial literacy and the Girl Scout Cookie Program.
Hi, I'm Jane Carney. I'm a junior at Mount Hope High School, and I've been involved in Girl Scouts for 10 years.
Hi, I'm Alana. I'm in 8th grade. I go to Riverside Middle School, and I've been a Girl Scout for 8 years.
Hi, I'm Morgan Wainwright. I'm a junior at LaSalle Academy, and I've been involved in Girl Scouts for 11 years.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I go to Martin, and I've been in Girl Scouts for 7 years.
Hi, my name is Gina Raimondo. I'm the state's General Treasurer and a former Girl Scout, and honored to be this year's Cookie Chair.
So we understand as the Treasurer of Rhode Island that you feel personal financial literacy is very important for our state's success.
I think it's very important if we're going to have a strong Rhode Island economy. The way to do that is one person at a time. You know, one family at a time, one person at a time, sticking to a budget, staying out of debt. My office has launched something called Empower RI, which is a statewide financial literacy program. And I know that that's very important to the Girl Scouts, and some of you have even earned badges in financial literacy, because throughout the rest of your life, you want to continue to think that way. You know, be responsible, save your money, set goals so you can, be all that you want to be.
Goal setting. I set important goals.
For a lot of our trips when we were younger, we had more of like a troop goal, whereas for this trip, it was more of an individual goal. So each person had to meet that goal, and then if not, they had to work somehow for the difference.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of things in Girl Scouts where there's a troop goal?
Where each girl had to meet a quota, and then if not, other girls would be able to sell more.
My favorite part is like selling the cookies and like knowing that when you set like a goal that you can actually achieve it.
That's a great feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
To accomplish something that you set out to do?
Yeah.
I like that, from your cookie credits that you can go to places, because one time I went to Florida, and that was my first time going to Disney World, and I don't think I would have gone if it wasn't for Girl Scouts.
Good for you. That's good. And so I want you to remember all these lessons you're learning now as Girl Scouts. What's my goal? What's my budget? And really stick to it.
Well, some years when we were selling Girl Scout cookies, we found that we weren't able to sell as many, whether it be just individual or booth sales. So we've had to find other ways to sell cookies. Like we've done rolling sales, or some girls we know have sold them at school where they wore t-shirts saying, "Ask me about Girl Scout cookies."
And get siblings to wear the t-shirt
Yeah.
at their schools.
Parents.
Turns into a community effort.
Yeah.
That's very sophisticated. So back when I was a Girl Scout, we would just have our sheet, and I would go around to the neighborhood and knock on everybody's door and see what I could sell. It's hard. It's not always easy. You knock on the door, somebody doesn't open, you have to continue to go to hit your goal. But, that's what it's going to be.
Decision making. I make smarter decisions.
Sometimes you have to delay, sometimes you have to put off what you want today, because if you have a goal that you're trying to get to, you have to save. It's like anything you do.
I think we can relate. When we were going to Savannah, that was our big trip, and we had a tough decision when we were deciding whether or not to go to Rocky Farms that year, which is a cabin in Newport that we go to. It's like $100, a little bit more, to go, and we decided to go only because we knew that by the time Savannah would come, we would have made up that loss again. But
Yeah, because it took us 2 years to earn the money for Savannah.
Wow.
So it was kind of a risk, do we want to spend money now at Rocky Farms and continue a tradition, or wait and make sure that we can still go to Savannah?
Money management. I manage my money better.
So a big part of my job as treasurer is managing the money in the state's pension system. It's prior to becoming treasurer, I spent my career in the finance business managing money. And I like to do that. And it's a great feeling of pride when you can set a goal and you know, you say I'd like this money to grow at a rate of 1% a year or 2% a year, and then to make that happen.
I babysit for my neighbors once a week, and I get $20 for like 2 hours with them. It's not a hard job, but I started in 7th grade, and at the time, you know, $20 a week, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be rich. But I realized kind of fast that if I spend that $20, the second I get it, it's not gonna do much in the long run. So now I know it's easier to put it away and then, you know, in a couple weeks have more money to be able to go out and, you know, buy a car or save for college.
My daughter is 8, and every time she does a little chore and gets money, she goes buys ice cream right away. As soon as it comes in, it's out for the ice cream cone. And she's only 8, but I'm trying to explain to her, maybe if you saved it up and didn't buy the ice cream, you could buy something else.
People skills. I deal with people more confidently.
Definitely through cookie sales, I've become more confident speaking to adults and not being afraid to speak what I feel.
It's definitely taught us a lot, you know, people skills too. I know booth sales, you can be sitting in a supermarket for hours, and if you don't say anything, no one's going to buy a box. But we used to have a sign, and it was an arrow. It said cookies inside, and you know, running around with the sign like, hey, we're over there. It's, you know, how to be assertive but not pushy. And
Good, very good skills.
You gain like more confidence to like speak up and like talk to people and ask them if they want to buy cookies at cookie sales and cookie booths that we do.
Were you a little bit nervous when you first started?
Yeah, I was a little bit because like I didn't really know how to ask and like make sure that it wasn't coming out too like mean or rough.
One year I was scared to ask a lady for her money for the cookies because I wasn't sure what she was going to say. So, but I ended up asking her after.
Nice. And did it work?
Yeah.
Good. That's good. So when I decided I was going to run for office, I had never run for office before. I had no political experience, but I just decided it was time to step up and see if I could help the state. I had run a business for 10 years and I was committed to this state, and I said, I'm going to do this. And I went around and I talked to a lot of people, and many people said to me, oh, it's not going to be possible. You know, you haven't come up through the system, you don't come from a political family, you know, maybe you should try a lower level office first. So I was nervous, and I said, can I do this? Maybe you have to come from the system, maybe you have to be from a political family, maybe you have to come from a wealthy family, which I don't. I got up the confidence to do it, and I'm very happy that I did. And I made a plan. I said, this is how much money it'll cost to run a great campaign, and here's how I'm going to raise that money, and these are all the supporters that I need, and this is how many votes I need to win. It's a lot like selling cookies. You knock on some doors, and people really don't want to buy a cookie, a box of cookies. But then you knock on the next door, and you're surprised. They buy 10 boxes. That's what I did. I just kept knocking on doors and introducing myself to people and saying, this is my plan, and I think I have something to offer. And you know, it worked. So it's all about confidence. It really matters. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe you can do it, just like you're doing now.
Business ethics. I know how to run a business the right way.
You know, throughout my business career and now in government, it's just so important to be honest and be transparent and just do the right thing.
Us selling cookies, it not only benefits ourselves, it benefits charities around the state or globally or around the country. So last year was the Gloria Gemma, where we can pick an amount of money that we'd like to donate to the fund.
It must have been in elementary school when we did this, but we donated to the Heifer organization, and we bought a couple rabbits and I think like a pig, and it's nice we connect with the law of Girl Scouts to help globally, not just ourselves, and you know, help sisters around the world. So
That's
it's nice to be
wonderful.
able to do that through organizations.
It's wonderful. So what's your favorite thing about Girl Scouts?
I think really the friendships that I've made, you know, through Girl Scouts, going on trips, it's such a good bonding experience, and you know, feeling like we're big, part of a community together.
And you have so many memories that you make. Like I can remember every year we used to go to Rocky Farm, which is a cabin in Newport, and we just have so many memories there. And each time we go back, it's like, oh, did you remember when this happened? And that type of thing.
What you said, helping sisters around the globe, remember that your whole life. Help sisters around you, in school, where you work, in your family, in your country, around the world. We all have to help each other.